guys, what's up? My name is Prasann, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a freshman currently enrolled in UC Berkeley. I'm pursuing a dual degree in econ and statistics, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my experience in freshman year that'll hopefully help you make a decision, when it comes to selecting colleges. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate everyone who has, gotten acceptance letters, whether it's your dream college or safety or a school you're less passionate about, celebrate it equally because an acceptance and acceptance is a great validation of all the hard work and effort you've put in over the last several years. So, congratulations. For people who are still awaiting decisions, you know, it's okay to be nervous. Make the most of the resources you have available to you. Being the fact that you're home now rather than having to attend school is great. You can spend more time with your parents, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Just get the support you need to deal with your anxiety, to deal with your nerves, the excitement, and as equally share the wins with them. They've made as many sacrifices almost as you have over the last few years to help you get where you are. So don't discount that. I think that's my greatest learning from the process of receiving decisions and just the whole application process in general. Now, coming to the topic of Berkeley, I think I'll address a few concerns people typically have with schools like Berkeley and Berkeley in particular. The first one I hear a lot is that Berkeley is such a large school. How do people get individual academic attention? And I'd say the two things are fairly, independent of one another. Now, I'll speak a little more about it right now. So, a school like Berkeley, with over 35,000 undergrads, it is a big school for sure. It's almost like a self-contained ecosystem and a city in itself, right? What I'd say is, this is not entirely true about not getting individual academic attention. What it requires is a certain level of initiative and drive on your part. Now, you do have your fair share of lectures that are over 1,500, 2,000 people big. There's no sugarcoating that. Some of the larger computer science and data science classes are colossal. But those are lecture format classes. Any university you go, whether you're in a lecture hall with 200 people or 2,000 people, it's the same. You have a lecturer who's, fairly monotonously with a projector or, multimedia tool just lecturing to you. And they may open the floor to questions a few times, but largely it's them talking and you listening. The the counterpart to this is that these classes, people break off into sections of about 20 to 30 people. And these sections are moderated by graduate students who are specialists in the field, teaching assistants, associate professors, and the likes. And these are more interactive. You can get more doubts cleared in this. You can understand the concepts better. They will give you worksheets and just practice material to help familiarize yourself with whatever's covered in lecture. I think that's that's where most of the learning occurs beyond lecture, and that really offsets having a lecture hall that you're sharing with 2,000 other people, and that's something that's great. If you want to interact directly with your professor, you have ample opportunities with office hours where they open their office and you can come consult them about anything from your class material, which is given priority usually, to things like research opportunities, your professor's research at that. And this is a great way to get to interact with and meet with your professors who many a time, especially in colleges like Berkeley and other top universities, are world leaders in their field. And that's something that, is invaluable. The kind of things you learn from them in these kind of interactions go a long way in shaping your academic journey. Beyond that, on the topic of great faculty, a lot of faculty in Berkeley are world leaders, both in fields of academia and, fields like the workspace and, corporate life. There are a lot of part-time faculty in UC Berkeley is very young. We have professors as young as 28 and 29 teaching data science classes. They teach part-time, and they're, they bring their experience of the modern workplace to the material being taught, and that's a unique perspective that I feel not a lot of universities offer, and that's something Berkeley does really well, especially for fields like CS and data science. It's great to have people who are who are walking the walk, rather than just talking the talk. And that's something that really inspires you, while also giving you unique perspective that not all professors who have a typically academia based background can offer. Moving a little away from the academic side of things, I'd like to talk a little bit about Berkeley as a city. Yes, it's a city. Contrary to popular belief, Berkeley is not a town. While it may feel like a self contained ecosystem when you're in and around the university because of just the sheer number of students you see, there are a lot of working professionals who work in San Francisco and the Bay you know, who do live in Berkeley, who do drop by Berkeley a lot. And so it's a very, vibrant place, a very diverse place. Like any place in the Bay Area, it does suffer from a fair share of homelessness, and you'd see a lot of homeless people around. These people, beyond just being there, they add a lot of vibrance and contribute a lot to the culture of the city and a lot to the city's identity. And it's just coming from India. It's vaguely familiar. It's a sort of vaguely familiar, slightly comforting situation that it's not completely different from where you are, and that's something that can really help you in times that you miss home a little much. Beyond that, I feel Berkeley is just a very buzzing city. Being surrounded by so many students, you feel the energy of campus around areas of Berkeley. During final season, you can almost taste the nerves in the air, while you can feel the excitement on a game day when the Cal football team's playing. So it works both ways, and it's just a really, really rewarding experience that only a college, that a large college or a college town can offer. And that's something I feel Berkeley offers that really makes the experience worthwhile. Another thing I'd say about the city is that the news and rumors of it being unsafe are not entirely unfounded. We do have a fair share of muggings and just usual unsafeness that is part and parcel of living anywhere, especially in the US. What I'd say is Berkeley acknowledges these very well, unlike most universities, and offers a lot of support and a lot of facilities to ensure safety of students, from late night shuttles to late night designated walkers who are police trained, army trained. So that really does contribute to an overall safe atmosphere on campus. And you just need to be a little vigilant, like you would be anywhere else, in order to go through your 4 years at Berkeley without any major incidents. Finally, I'd like to talk about the community, something that I really found to be the most rewarding at Berkeley. As I said earlier, the large campus size could be daunting at first, but what this means is that there are clubs and societies or just student organizations that cater to almost every interest. From a card game bridge club to a real bridge building club and everything in between. There's something for you, and odds are when you're walking around during orientation week, you will find a club or two or three or four that catches your fancy. These extracurricular opportunities are a big part of what makes the Berkeley experience what it is. From business frats and consulting clubs that are like household names in among corporations in the Bay Area, to just regular cultural organizations like the Indian Cultural Organization, or any ethnic cultural organization that organizes events. It's just a great place to be. It's a very strong and tightly knit community. It's also a very accepting community, and that's something that really threw me off. I thought initially in orientation week I'd really have to work to be friends with people. I'd have to, especially as an international student, I thought I'd have to work harder to try to fit in. But the great thing about Berkeley and the Berkeley community is that they accept you for who you are, and you don't have to work too hard to fit in. It's very easy to find the group of people with whom you just naturally click, and that really helps ease your nerves, especially at the beginning of college. And so that's why I feel sets Berkeley apart, really. So that's about all I have time to say. But if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, if you want to talk to me a little more about Berkeley or just choosing colleges in general, feel free to reach out. I'm home and I'm very bored right now, so it would be appreciated. Yeah, see you.